I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Welcome everybody to the weekly motivation every single week here for over 6 years. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, website DreAllDay.com. And this week's motivation is I'm going to tell you about something that is impossible in life. You might be thinking, what, Dre? Like you say all this motivational, inspirational stuff for mental toughness and confidence and discipline. You're going to tell me that there's something that's actually impossible? Yes, I'm going to tell you something that is actually impossible. Here's what it is. And I know you've heard that impossible phrase. I think Adidas did a whole campaign around it like 15 years ago. Impossible is a big word thrown around by small men who would rather accept the life that has been given to them rather than explore their power to change it. Possible is, there's a few other things it said, then it basically closed with impossible is nothing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can look it up. Maybe it's a quote that somebody actually said. I think it's been attributed to like 20 different people. I seen Muhammad Ali had it, T-Mac had it, Adidas had it. I don't know who said it originally. Doesn't matter, but you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm going to tell you something that actually is impossible, though. Impossible is not nothing. There is one thing, at least, as far as this video is concerned, that is impossible. This is what it is. It is impossible for you in life to consistently perform. And when I say perform, that can mean like if you're a performance artist, but I just mean the way you are as a person, the way you live. It's impossible for you to consistently be as a person inconsistent with how you actually see yourself. Say that one more time, and I'm gonna break it down and explain what I mean. It is impossible for you to consistently perform in a way that is not aligned with how you see yourself. So what exactly do I mean by that? Have you ever known someone who, in something that you did, so you knew them pretty well, you knew them pretty closely, maybe you worked with them, maybe you played with them, they were on some type of team in some organization you were in, and you could tell that they had a lot of ability, a lot of natural ability, a lot of raw talent, a lot of skill, a lot of game, whatever you want to call it. But for whatever reason, this person never even approached performing at the level of their talent or skill or raw ability. You ever known somebody like that? Maybe at some point in life, you've been that person. I know there have been times in my life when I've been that person. And maybe looking back on it later, I knew I was that person. I didn't really realize it in the moment. But have you ever known someone like that? Can you identify someone like that? They're this good ability-wise, but their performance is always somewhere down here. Even when they do what they think is their best, is always somewhere down here. You ever know anybody like that? And you know the challenge that there is for that person? Because you might see them, or their family, or their fans, or the boss, or the coach might see them and be like, man, you got all this ability. Your ability level's up here. Why do you keep performing down here? And maybe the coach might get frustrated, or people might just give up on this person, say, man, they just don't get it. They'll never get it. Forget it. Stop trying to explain it to this person. They just gonna be who they are. And you know what? You're absolutely right. They are going to be who they are. And the reason why is because anybody whose skill level is here, but their performance is here, that's because they see themselves, which one? Here or here? Which one are they seeing themselves as? Seeing themselves as here. Okay? You can never, I don't care how much skill you have, your game can be off the screen, all the way up here. But if you see yourself right here, this is where you're going to perform on a consistent basis. Now, is it possible for you to have, let's say we're talking a basketball player, he plays 20 basketball games, possible to have 1 or 2 games up here? Absolutely. If your skill level's up there, it's definitely possible to have a couple games, a couple performances where you're up here. But if you see yourself down here, the average of your performances is going to be right here where you see yourself. Now, what does that mean to you? Because everything that I'm saying here, I'm talking about this fictitious person that I'm analogizing, or what, I hope I said that word properly. But listen, this applies to you as well. Is it possible for you to consistently perform at a level which you don't see yourself? And let me tell you not only why this could work against you, because if your skill level is all the way up here, but you only see yourself right here, you'll never be able to reach your skill. And people might keep telling you like, yo, you could be doing this, but you're not doing it because you only see yourself here. Yeah, it could work against you that way, where you have this negative gap that you're not reaching your potential. All of you've heard that phrase before, but let me tell you another way this can work for you. Because if your skill level is right here, but you consistently, and I say consistently, this is not just a 5-minute, let me get hype off the weekly motivation video thing. Okay, let me make sure I'm putting that out there. If your skill level is here, but you consistently see yourself up here, you're going to perform up here. This is an absolute fact. This is an absolute fact. And this is like a pot of gold for at least one person watching this video. At least one of you is going to take this and go do something proactive with it. And I'm going to tell you what to do with it. If you have a skill level here, but you see yourself better than you actually are consistently, and you actually believe it, it is impossible for you to not perform at this level on a consistent basis. That's an absolute fact. So whatever you see yourself as, that's exactly how you're going to perform. And I'm going to tell you how you can address that issue right now and start using this to your advantage, whether you want to get above here the way you see yourself so you can match up skill-wise, or if you think you have a problem with your skill being up here but you're seeing yourself here, so there's this gap between what you've done and what you think you could do, you need to get into my Bulletproof Mindset course. I'm going to tell you about that every single week. Get into it at workonyourgameu.com/bulletproof. It's a 12-module course. It is the most comprehensive course in all of existence on mental toughness, confidence, and discipline. That is an absolute fact. If the registration is open right now, get in. If it's not open yet, get yourself on a waiting list and we will let you know when it's ready. But you need to get in that course. Have a great week. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.
Hey, witness on the beat.